So as you can see, the weather's a bit grim today. So I've retreated into the polytunnel to get on with some jobs in the polytunnel. I need to sort out my strawberry tree. It needs more soil and it needs staking because it's a bit loose. A lot of the soil's come away. And it does actually produce fruit, edible fruit, a strawberry tree, edible berries. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to Wildwood Cottage and welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all well and I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. As I thought today, as soon as the weather's grim outside, that I'd retreat and do some polytunnel jobs. I'm trying to get it organised, ready for the tomatoes. I've got the other one sorted out now and it's got tomatoes in it, so I'm really excited to show you that coming up in the video. It's the polytunnel that I've built from scratch. I built it from fence posts, corrugated metal, polytunnel plastic, which I did buy, and blue pipe. So all in all, the whole thing probably cost me about £100 to build, and it is 3.5 metres by roughly over 6 foot, 1.8 metres. So it's a great sized polytunnel. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. I'm looking forward to showing you what I've got planted in there. I'm going to be sorting out in here and I'm going to be showing you the results of my seed snails. Now I didn't record me planting and sowing the seed snails. Well, I did record it, but I didn't put it in. For some reason, I forgot to put the footage in. But yeah, I'm going to show you the results of what I've done because I got mixed results. So they're going to have a look at that as well. And I've got some exciting things to show you in the polytunnel. So we've got a lot to look at. We're going to look in the Victory Garden, we're going to look in the polytunnel, and we're going to look in the new patch as well. And I'll show you how I'm getting on out there. So I hope you're all well. A lovely, lovely, calm, more relaxed vlogs on the weekend. As you can hear, it's raining. But I just love that I can do a bit more than just the ordinary standard teachy vlogs. So I'm glad I came in. Just a sec, I need to get straight in. I just thought I'd show you the results of my seed snails. Now, everyone's been harping on about them on the internet, so I thought that I'd give them a go. And I did them for my tomatoes and I did them for my beans. Now, I had mixed results. I also did them for sweet peas as well, which I'm just unravelling now. As you can see, they didn't grow. I think the soil gets too compacted for hard seeds, and for big seeds the soil just gets too compacted and they just start to rot and start to sweat. So my conclusion is, if you're going to do seed snails, I know there's been a lot of hype about them on the internet, everyone seems to be doing them, and I thought I'd start and see if they work. So my beans didn't work, my runner beans didn't work, and my broad beans didn't work. It just ended up soaking the seed, rotting the seed, and this is what I was left with. So they're all split and they've just gone really horrible. So I've started them again. I've got some outside and I am going to start these again because they just didn't work. They just went horrible. It's not too late to do some more broad beans. I think you've got until the end of the month, the end of May, to do some more broad beans. And my runner beans didn't work either at all whatsoever. This is my result of my runner bean. They've been there for 3 weeks, so I've given up. I don't want to miss the season, so I'm going to start again. I've done sweet peas and they didn't grow either. This is what I've got off my sweet peas. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would sow them along the side of the polytunnel here on this side, because I'm going to do a flower border there. I'm not going to do herbs, I'm not going to do crops, I'm going to do flowers. And I'm going to attract the bees into this part of the garden through putting flowers in so that they can pollinate my fruit and my tomatoes and my cucumbers and my courgettes. So I'm going to sow these along the side of the polytunnel. Now, these ones are blue hide beans. There does seem to be a bit of life in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unravel them. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them in pots or just straight in the soil as soon as they're sprouting. I use these green Velcro things off Temu. They're really good. You can use them for plants. They're quite strong. They are really, really strong. I'm putting all my strength into that. And yeah, they're just good for plants, good for doing this sort of thing, keeping things rolled up. So let's have a look at what's in here. Quite a lot of rotting. Is there any sprouting? Nope. I can't put my camera down because she's on a plant pot. No, they've just rotted in here as well. So I'm going to start them again. So my conclusion is, I'm going to show you my tomatoes now. My conclusion is, don't bother for beans unless you put a massive load of compost. There's absolutely nothing in there. They're all rotted. So I'm going to start them again as well. But these are the results of what I did for my tomatoes and my cucumbers. Now I am made up with these. These ones are Plum Roma. As you know, I had a lot of trouble at the beginning of the year trying to get my tomatoes done early. But look at these, Plum Roma. They're the ones for doing chopped tomatoes and tomato sauces and things. These ones are the ones my nan used to grow. I've got 2 in there, and I've got a couple in the polytunnel, the other polytunnel as well. These ones are a cheap one, and I've got one tomato there. Not sure what these are. I'm not sure if they're Plum Roma as well. And then I've also got red beef. They could be the beefsteak actually. I've got 4 red beefsteak that I've already potted on, and they're doing very well. And I've got 4 cucumbers as well. I mean, look at them, aren't they lovely? So they're going to go in here, the cucumbers, I think, and see what we get. So I'm going to try potting these on. I think I might just pop these straight in the soil in here because I'm going to turn you around in a minute. Look at the roots in the bottom of there, aren't they great? I think I'm going to put them just straight in the soil in here because I've got a surprise to show you in here, to be honest. I've been busy, I've been sorting the space out, and I decided that some of the raised beds that were going to go outside are now inside. So I'll just turn you around and I'll show you. So these are my raised beds. These are the square ones. I've got 4 of these. So there's going to be 2 on either side of the border. These tomatoes are waiting to go in today. I love my tomatoes. So they're going to go in this bed here. I've also got some off my sister-in-law. And then these are going to go in here as well. So I'm going to put 3 tomatoes at the back, and maybe another one here either side, and then try growing something different in the middle and do that in each bed. The silver ones that I've got out there, I've got another 4 left. So I'm going to put 4 in here as well. So I'm going to have 2 rectangle ones on either side, and then I'll get 2 silver ones here and the rest over the other side. Excuse the mess. I'm in the middle of moving things out because I'm going to move this out, and I'm not sure about moving the table out. It's quite handy in here, so I'm thinking I might leave that in here and just build a seed shelf for the other polytunnel. Would you like to see my other polytunnel? I'll just take you down and show you. Sheep are back in the field. It's quite dull today. It's finally warming up a bit, so it looks like we might get a bit of summer weather, hopefully. My rose is starting to flower. I couldn't get to see this last year and the year before, but yeah, it's got some nice roses on it. It's a climbing rose as well, so I'm going to build a little seating area here, and that can grow over the seating area. I've still got to push my fence out a metre because I can't get past my polytunnel. But anyway, let's go in the polytunnel. So I've been really busy in here. I've got all the plastic on. It was the proper plastic. I bought it from First Polytunnels. Highly recommend them. It was either First or Premier. Whoever it was here within a couple of days. So I've put all the proper plastic on. As you can see, it's just a simple build. This is just water pipe that I had when I was going to build the polytunnel up the far end of the garden. I was going to do it with a wooden frame and pipe. So I've just basically done the same thing here. All I've done is I've knocked fence posts in along here, and then I've attached the blue pipe. You can see it's quite sturdy to the fence posts, and then I put some wood here to hold it up in the middle, and then that sits on the top of the door frame. Let me just spin you around, and sits on a post there, and then it's all pulled in nice and tight in the middle there. I've attached it between some wood. There's wood on the outside, wood on the inside. It's been screwed together. The plastic's been stapled on, and yeah. So I brought this in here. I thought it might be handy to have a few little bits and bobs of tools down here. So that's going to stay here. The ladder's obviously got to move out. But I've got my tomatoes in. All this stone here, incidentally, has come out of this soil. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But some of it can be used for the barn, and then the rest of it I'll use for a path. But I've got my tomatoes in. I've managed to get 3, 6, 8. I've managed to get 11 in here, and I'm thinking of putting another 2 here where this bag is. But yeah, it's a great space. It's lovely and warm, so the tomatoes are going to do well. It's out of the wind, so if it is a little bit rickety, it's going to be fine because the other polytunnel is going to shelter it. It has got a wall to keep the soil in place for the other polytunnel. I may need to add a double wall, I'm thinking, because as the soil moves, it's going to push it forward. But it is secured in with fence posts. But looking at it now, it does look like it needs an extra thing. So I don't know, I might do some gabions or something. You know, those wire baskets with stones in. I mean, I've got enough stones. Anyway, these are all Plum Roma. And then I've got a mix of the Tigerella, is it, or Tiger tomatoes? And a couple of cherry tomatoes as well. So that goes all the way along there. Now, what I thought was in front here, I thought that I'd just plant some crops like radish and things like that, just to fill in the space and plant underneath. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with this space here. I might do lettuce. Don't know yet. I might do some of the cherry tomatoes because I've got bush cherry tomatoes, so I might do them at the front as well. And then get some of those taget marigolds to keep down the pest. So I'm very pleased. I can attach a frame here for the tomatoes to grow up. And yeah, it's just going to be a really, really good space. So show you now. For this side of the polytunnel, I think I'm just going to build shelves. I could even attach the shelves to the fence posts. And then I've got a space for storing seeds when I get them growing. And I can always put netting over the top of this to keep down the strong sunshine so that they grow. So yeah, there you go. Tomatoes planted, polytunnel up, very happy lady. The job is done. So I think I'm going to put some stones down in here. I don't think I'm going to put chip bark because it's in a hollow. It's just going to attract all the midges and I'll get bitten to bits and I don't want that. I've got plenty of plastic left and that's going to be used for hoop houses to go over the top of my raised beds for the winter. Right, show you what the rest of the garden's looking like. So I've got my little fence up, I've got some trellis up here, and I'm going to put another one of these galvanised raised beds here outside of the polytunnel. And then along here is going to be flowers, and I've got some willow in for basket making. This willow needs planting as well. And I might pop that, sorry for spinning you, along the fence line when I move my fence line a little bit. I'm not going to take up any more space, too much space, because I don't want to get in trouble with the landlord. But you see all that wood there? That's ours. So we need to find a way of getting that through here so we can split it for the fire for the winter. It needs to dry out first though, so I need to bring it in and find somewhere to stack it so it can dry. So yeah, very happy lady, very happy. Anyway, round here, and this is all done now and getting planted. I'm really pleased with how it's all coming together. Considering a month ago it was just a waste patch of ground full of scrub. If I can find a picture, I'll pop it in for you. But the fruit's done well where it's been planted. The birds are leaving it alone, which is fantastic. Because there's not much tree cover in this part, you see, so they don't tend to bother coming down here. I've got some potatoes planted in these tubs. These are just farm tubs from that lick stuff they give to the sheep, the molasses sugar. I've got these raspberries to go in. They're going to go here. That's a job for me to do today. I put my cauliflowers in that one. So that's all cauliflowers in that bed. I'm going to bring my onions over. And my onions are going around the edges of the beds. It was an idea of Kelly on down on the old Lossie. It's something I've done before, but she just kind of reminded me to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to transplant my onions from the other side of the garden over there and put them in here. And then I've got another tub with potatoes in here. It's just starting to sprout. You can just see the sprouts. This is an apricot tree. So I'm hoping it's going to do well now it's out in the sun. I've also planted a curry plant. Love curry plants, they smell delicious. But I've just got those 2 beds to fill, which I'm going to do now. Bring some chip bark through and fill them up. I've got another box there to fill for my raspberries, or my blackberry actually. And then I'm going to put a fence up along here, and then I can grow nasturtiums and things like that along there. So yeah, it's all coming together. I've also got some herbs that I got in my local garden centre. I've got some thyme, I've got some lemon thyme, I've got some compact oregano, and another oregano hot and spicy. So Gordon did used to have this golden variety of thyme, but it's died off. So that was my idea of buying them. Broad beans are doing well. I'm loving the flowers on these broad beans. I know it's not a very big crop, but it's still something, isn't it? That's the thing you see with this is it doesn't matter how much you plant. It's just the fact that you've grown something yourself and it tastes delicious. So that's that. These are the calettes and the sprouts. Now they're going over the other side with my cabbages. I've got cabbages somewhere that need to go in. I think I've already taken them over. So I'm going to plant these on the other side as well, because the other side's going to be my long-term crops. This is going to be my quick crops, salad crops side. Got my lettuce in, doing very well. I got these in the co-op. I wasn't impressed with the price, £1.75. But as I've said to you before, just eat the outer leaves and then you've got plenty to eat. These are my spring, what are they called? Spring onions. So I'm going to start harvesting the tops off them again. They're from the polytunnel, so I've moved them. And then in here, in this tire here, I've got a courgette in that one, which is doing very well. It's a green courgette. But this one isn't doing so well. I did put a tub over the top of it to try and protect it, but I think it just got sun scorched. So yeah, that's it. I did have a mouse trying to dig out my broad beans last night. Bit of a nuisance. I put kohlrabi in here as well. So as you can see, I'm fitting quite a lot in this space, and I've still got 2 beds to fit, 3 beds to put plants in, and another one to put up yet. So there's going to be plenty of space. I might take a trip to the garden centre and see if I can get. I've also been buying some herbs, and these ones are perennial herbs, and I love to grow perennials. Now, this is the chap I follow online, and you can buy his plants online, and it's called Dyfi Plants, and he's a great person to watch because he does an awful lot of perennials. So I got these online, and it's from Dyfi Plants online. So yeah, do support him. This one is called Musk Mallow, which is a perennial, as I say. So I put this in my fruit border to try and attract some more bees. I've got what have I got? What are they called? Blueberries. I've got another Acacia berry. We have got snakes living in this wall, by the way. We have got adders in here, which I was surprised to see. This one here is an anise hyssop, again, another perennial. Not sure how to use them yet, but it's just the fact that they're here now in the perennial border, and they're going to do very well. And then this one is a lemon verbena. I will have to take it in the winter. But yeah, lemon verbena. I do love lemon verbena. It's lovely. Um, I love it in a cup of tea. Because I don't drink coffee anymore. I've got another blueberry to go, another blueberry there. This one is my Acacia berry, and it's starting to get berries on it now. Kelly, I haven't forgotten. I will send you a picture of the honeyberry. And then I've got a currant bush to go in this corner here. And a fig, once I've cleared out the brambles and the nettles. Right, I'll show you the other side now. So this is where I'm going to move my plastic greenhouse to. That's here. I might get another one, but I'm going to put that here. And then along here, as I've said, I'm going to start building a cold frame. I want to work out where I'm going to put my raspberries because they seem to like it there, but they're in the wrong place because I want to build a big cold frame. So I might put them up the top of the garden. Haven't decided yet. Oh, this is a plant that I bought for my wedding anniversary. Oh, 3 years ago, and it's done nothing. Oh, look at it now. Isn't it lovely? It's one of those alströmerias. So maybe it's going to do something. Right, I have got a couple of David Austin roses to go in. This one's looking terrible. I'm half in two minds to phone them and say, oi, give me a rubbish plant. But we'll see. I give it a couple of months, see how it gets on. Because they do give you a 5-year guarantee. But Mary Delaney, and this one is, oh, what's this one? Francois Duranville. If I can find a picture, I'll put it in for you. And then we'll go along here. You come in, Stripe. This way. This way. Oh, let's go. Thank you. This tyre I've made into a weaving frame, put some holes in the tyre, and then when I've got enough willow, I'm going to willow some arches for the garden. Make some arches. Have you seen my clematis? Look at the beautiful flowers on these. They're like dinner plates. Look at the size of it to my hand. It's huge. Lovely from the house though. I have got some mint to go in, which I showed you last time. And this one is a dwarf mulberry. So that needs to go in somewhere as well. I like the dwarf stuff because they just grow on for ages. I've still got my rhubarb to go in. They're going to go in today. And have you seen my rose? Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? You know, for a cheap plant, I think I paid about £3 for it. It's a beautiful, stunning rose. Had it a few years. Was told it was a rambling rector. But look at it, isn't it gorgeous? I mean, look at all those shoots. This is my other side of the garden. Everything has just gone bonkers because we've had the sun and now we've had rain, and everything's just gone nuts. So what I've decided is, here is my Jerusalem artichokes. Now I didn't think I was going to get them to come back, but they're coming back quite well. So I'm just going to leave this patch here and just leave this to do its own thing, and see how we get on. See how many artichokes come back, because it looks like there's quite a few. So I'm just going to leave them. I might dig this patch out here and move them over, and then I've got a bit more growing space. So what I want to do up here is I want to try and do it again, organise it again. This needs to come out. This is where the rhubarb's going. This is my rhubarb patch. I've had some already. It was delicious. I made a rhubarb crumble, a rhubarb pie, sorry. And these are my leeks. These need to go in. They're getting a bit brown. And these are my onions that I've sown. So I'm going to plant them. I find it a bit overwhelming, to be honest, because I've just got so much to do. And then these are my onions. Now I'm thinking of moving these and taking them out and planting potatoes in here and planting the onions round the edge in this bed as well. I've got my red and my white onions in here, all doing very well. They had a good dose of compost, but it needs weeding. So I think it's a good time to move them and plant them in the deeper beds that are around the other side. And I've also got this spinach bed here as well. So I'm going to move all this spinach because what I've done is I've bought asparagus. I'll just show you that. I've got asparagus here and it's desperate, absolutely desperate to go in the ground. It's got spears on it and it's just doing so well. I know you're not supposed to harvest them. Let's see what it tastes like. Homegrown asparagus. So I've got all these to go in. I've got all these to go in. I've got 3 different packs. So I'm wondering, excuse me while I eat, whether to put them in tubs, and then I can move them around and change my mind where they go instead of just putting them in a permanent bed. I've been looking it up, And apparently you can grow them in tubs. So that's what I'm thinking. Oh, that was really tasty. That was lovely. This is goat beard. It's a bit late this year. It's usually out the beginning of May, but I've got a lot to do, an awful lot to do. Still haven't done my fruit cage. My fruit over there sorted that out. So yeah. As you can see, I've got a lot to do. It never ends. It never stops. There's always something to do. But yeah, it does need a really good sort out. So what I'm going to do today, my job for today, is to move those onions, get the tomatoes planted, finish those raised beds, and then that end of the garden is finished. And then I can focus on this side of the garden. Good job the flower borders are done, isn't it? So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update and show you how things are going. Oh, the bird's lovely today. Stripe's having fun as well. Just a sec. Stripe's on the hunt for mice. He likes mice. And he's waiting for me to throw his ball. He's a lovely little boy, isn't he? Look at that. Isn't he lovely? Make a nice photograph, that, wouldn't it? Right, so I'm going to go crack on before the weather changes because we're forecast torrential rain today and thundery downpours. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm going to go and get on with my job. If you have enjoyed my video, do like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the memberships. I'm adding perks to it all the time, adding new things to it. And don't forget to check out my Amazon storefront as well. And you'll find anything that I recommend that is any good for your house, for your garden, for your pantry, for yourself, in my Amazon storefront. And yeah, I end up getting a commission as well off Amazon, not off you, for recommending products to you. So I think that's it for me for today. I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video on Wednesday. So I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your week and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now. Bye bye.